Hi, I'm Nika, and this is a reading of Wine by the Glass, written by me. $27.05, $29.40, $23.92, $25.66, plus tip. The receipts were racking up. She had signed her name so many times on the dotted line that it became automatic. The familiar slick credit card slip with a varying assortment of pens, each with an enormous summer flower taped to the top, probably to decoratively dissuade people from walking off with them. Macy twisted the pen in her fingers, marveling how people rarely have pens of their own nowadays, but are so accustomed to them that they will tuck it away without knowledge. We need little reminders like a jaunty flower or a stringy pen leash to prevent restaurant goers from automatically walking off with them. She wondered how many pens she'd stolen by accident in her years of patronizing cafes. Certainly hadn't taken one from this wine bar, but she'd given herself enough opportunities to do it. This was Macy's second visit this week, and she nervously scratched at her wrist. Does she come off as a drunkard? Is twice a week too much? Maybe she should wait every 5 days so that it normalizes a bit, but then she wouldn't want to be regular on a particular day either. It would be too obvious. Her frequency was already notable. She should come in on a Wednesday, just for appearances. Wednesday was his day off, so it could make it seem like less of what it is. He knows she likes rosé, Chablis, and Riesling, and will sometimes suggest similar varieties for her to taste and sip on, taking special care to pair with any snacks she might be ordering. Once, he asked what magazine Macy had with her, and paired a wine to that. "Someday I'll get you to order a red," he said with a wink. She would order a case. He looked good in black, that button-down shirt that he would roll up over his forearm, showing off his nice tan. Macy would watch his hands swirl and pour her a glass, checking and double-checking for a wedding ring, as though one might have appeared over the weekend, or maybe when he looked particularly upbeat. Nothing yet. Why didn't they just wear name tags? Is that so tacky? And his hair. It was thick and tall on his head, the type of dark blonde that might be hiding gray if you looked closer, but she hadn't had the chance. He always seemed busy and spinning on the spot, washing and arranging glasses, smiling at the deepening afternoon as the room trickled in with people early off work. Macy didn't know what time he left work, but she once saw him arrive for a shift around 2 p.m. The wine was good. It was not an excuse at all. It was a great place to get some extra work done, write a few notes, and relax. The magazine offices littered the area, so it was convenient, and that was the reason why she went in there in the first place. The cheese plates were portioned small and affordably, and slowly she was expanding her knowledge of wines and vineyards. It was a nice place to go. Except that wasn't the reason that Macy went. Not even a little bit. She wanted to bring her friends one day, but even the smallest group of women can become a gossiping gaggle, and inwardly, Macy worried that her friends would embarrass her with their all-too-apparent interest in her crush. It was easier to be shy than mortified, and Macy picked these situations carefully. Today, she sipped a Pinot Blanc that he recommended and browsed the newest Vogue, painfully aware that this new shirt bunched up around her midsection unflatteringly. She sat straighter than usual. The check was signed, and her glass was nearly empty. The waitress was off elsewhere. Just walk up and tell him what you think of it. Make conversation. Macy tucked away her magazine and stood up, adjusting to her new pair of heels. The uneven tile flooring was hell on stilettos, or at least it wouldn't be, if she wasn't an expert. It wasn't too busy yet. It's still early. The bar is only 10 steps away, 15 at most. He's not doing anything that looks important. 1 step, 2 steps. She felt herself veering towards the door instead, shooting glances at him as he compared labels behind the bar. That's where she should be. She should be learning about what those labels say. She should be walking up right now to ask the name of that Pinot Blanc she drank. She should be... "Have a good one," he called, stopping her in her tracks. "It's Macy, right?" "Oh." She nodded from the door, feet glued to the tile, and gave a little wave. He smiled that impossible smile and hefted an armful of bottles off from the counter and into the room beyond. "Oh, well, maybe next time." Thank you so much for listening. You can find more of those stories and other things on my Tumblr, nikaharper.tumblr.com. And of course, this was written for Typeface Tales, which is at typefacetales.com, where it's stories that I write based upon cool fonts that I find, because I'm a nerd like that. And special thanks to everyone who has supported my Patreon page at patreon.com/Nika Harper, where all of these stories and these audio recordings are supported. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.